Okay, so I'm going to be sharing how, smoking weed actually helped me to reprogram my subconscious mind. Okay, so this is like a topic that I'm very interested in, and it's kind of really fascinating for me because it's something that I had to go through myself. Like I had to walk the walk in order to be able to talk the talk. You feel me? So I started smoking probably like 8 months ago again, right? And for the past 8 months, my life has been, very beautiful. It's been beautifully sweet, bitterly sweet, because, you would overcome an old self and then, you meet something else that was bigger than, the previous self, all right? So it was just all about overcoming until I became, right? So it was more like a continuous overcoming process, which is really, really very interesting. I won't lie, because the last past months has been really growth oriented for me. And in today's video, I'm going to be sharing how, I was able to like use smoking weed to like reprogram my subconscious mind. Okay. So first thing first, I smoke weed, to like just relax, right? To like just chill, right? And one of the mistakes a lot of people make is that when they're smoking, they tend to like need something to like distract themselves. So you notice when they're smoking, they're either on their phone or, they're either talking to somebody or they're either watching TV or watching a movie, right? So they're basically distracting themselves from their own, probably whatever is going on within them, right? So myself, I took the other approach. So whenever I'm smoking, I'm in a very relaxed state, and so instead of like distracting myself, I'm just very chill. I'm just very calm, and I allow whatever unconscious limiting beliefs, in form of like the negative thoughts patterns to like just come up, right? I allow them to like just come up, and I'm looking at them, right? I'm just like observing them. So that's the first step, which is awareness. I'm aware of this program, because one thing you need to understand is that when you're smoking, right, weed, you're high, right? And when you're high, the gate to the subconscious is like open, right? The gate to your subconscious mind is like very open, right? So at that point, you can easily, use that as an opportunity to like reprogram yourself, or use that as a means to like distract yourself, right? So first thing first, awareness, right? You're sitting in a very calm, relaxed state. You're smoking, you're chilled, you're high basically. And at this point, the gate to your subconscious mind is open. You're paying attention to whatever negative thought patterns that are basically coming up, right? So the second step is, once you notice those negative thought patterns, right? Basically what I was doing, once I noticed those negative thought patterns, I, choose the opposite, right? So for instance, let's say a negative thought comes up regarding, oh, how am I going to do this, or I can't do XYZ, right? And I'm paying attention to that thought, because I know that's not who I am, right? Because I know that's more like, a programming from, which it's a programming from like my childhood, or from, challenges that I've encountered in the past that I wasn't able to like overcome and stuff like that, because I chose maybe like the known over the unknown. So when that thought comes up, like I can do XYZ, I just flip that around, right? And I reinforce that, like I loop that in, which is I can do XYZ. As a matter of fact, I'm doing XYZ and I'm very successful at it, right? So this is how I was able to like reprogram my subconscious mind over time through smoking, right? And this is more like a a way to encourage anyone out there as well that probably smokes weed, right? Instead of looking for a means to like distract yourself whenever you're smoking by either watching TV or being on your phone scrolling mindlessly on social media, I would suggest that you really use that time as an opportunity to like just chill and reflect and allow whatever is underneath to come up without you necessarily looking for a means to distract yourself, right? Like mindlessly scrolling and all of those stuffs. So what you come to understand is that if you do that long enough, right, especially when you're able to like catch yourself, when those thought patterns come up, when you're able to like catch yourself before engaging with those thought patterns and allowing them to become like automatic, right, you can be able to rephrase that moment. And that gap between when the thought arises and when you catch yourself, that gap is actually like, it means a lot, because what that does is you're typically retraining your body, right, to not automatically engage with such negative thought patterns when it comes up, right? So whenever you're like doing your thing, smoking, chilling by yourself, just allow yourself to like allow those thought patterns come up, and then those negative thought patterns, and then you identify what they are, pick the opposite, and then enforce them. Because just like I said initially, whenever you're smoking weed, you're high, right? And whenever you're high, the gate to your subconscious mind is literally open. So what does that tell you? You can literally reprogram your subconscious mind with that small window of 30 minutes to an hour whenever you're high, right? And if you do that long enough, you're going to start seeing significant results in your life, just like myself. And God is the greatest. I'm not yet where I want to be, but where I am is currently better than where I used to be, right? So if you did enjoy stuff like this, these are the kind of videos that I'm going to be making, how smoking weed actually helped me, to like reprogram my subconscious mind, return me back to my divinity. I'm going to be talking about stuff like semen retention as well, manifestation. So if these are like topics that interest you and that you're really interested in, do well to like subscribe to the channel, turn on the post notification bell as well, and give this video a thumbs up. Yeah, give it a thumbs up so you get pushed out to a whole lot of people out there. Now, with that being said, I did forget to introduce myself. By the way, my name is Collins. But with that being said, I'm going to see you guys in my next video.